Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. We're doing the 24 sealants update 3 months after they've been applied. This month I'm using Surfex HD, which I've used a couple of times before. Sometimes I use a shampoo, like last month I used Tax Systems. My criteria is I'll use anything on the surface of the car, or the test panel, that I may use on the surface of my car. So an APC at around 15:1, a shampoo, but I won't use wheel cleaners or harsh acids or fallout removers because I'm not trying to destroy the protection. I'm trying to simulate what it's like having it on a real car. The other thing is I'll spray them over. I'll work them with my Detail Factory brush or work them with a clean microfiber mitt, and then just use one of my microfiber towels. After I rinse the product off, I'll just give it a wipe over. To kind of again simulate how I wash and dry my car. And I've just been having a look at them, guys, and I've been marking up the ones that I think are dead. An interesting observation, just before I show you the water behaviour. This alkaline APC seems to bring back the hydrophobicity more, even more than the Tax Systems product. It's really strange, that. But it's effectively an alkaline, will degrease, but it brings back the hydrophobicity a bit more, which I've noticed that with built hamper, even with auto foam. People say, you know, will auto foam strip wax off of your car? Hell no, it won't. But it'll actually bring back what the protection is doing underneath more, because it will clean it properly. You know, what you don't want is the ones loaded with fatty acids or other components, you know, glossing agents or waxes. You want a pure shampoo that really probably has a touch of alkalinity and is rinsable. So there we go. Let's go and show you these. And one other thing that's really important to say is it's getting difficult for me to determine whether it's really failed or not. So if in doubt, I'm kind of saying it's failed, when a lot of times you're going to hear me say I think the remnants of the product might still be on there. So it's a bit difficult. I could appreciate your advice in the comments on this one, guys. So here we go. Just see the panel here. So you will see a bit of movement. Just get some flood water on there. There's a bit of movement there, but it's really, for me, I think there's not enough. So I've declared that gone after 3 months, with the caveat that there is still probably something there, but there's not enough to class that as a functional protection, because even with nothing on there, you'll get a bit of movement. You'll get a tiny bit of movement. That as well. You're down to the remnants now, guys, aren't you? Look at that. So it's definitely, for me, 3 months. I'm going to declare Maguire's has got to the stage where it's intense, for all intensive purposes, dead. That's still going. And if you watch, what will happen is the turtle wax will clear its water when this still has standing water on there. So that's definitely still going, but it's starting to suffer. Will it make it to 6 months? I'm not so sure. Not so sure. SC Mist, you can kind of see. That's like the Maguire's. I can't declare Maguire's dead and say that that's alive. You can see the speed of this one compared to the speed of that one. So one's working, the other one's failed. That one's clearly working still, isn't it? That has to be declared dead. So Ultimate Liquid Wax has done 3 months. That. The Jet Seal I'm giving 1 month durability to. A lot of you saying, you know, it's a bad product, should be taken off the shelf. Well, not a lot of you, some of you, you know, disappointed by it. Remember, we're only measuring hydrophobicity. Remember that. So if you're using a protection product that uses material which isn't hydrophobic, we're not going to be able to see it. And acrylic generally isn't hydrophobic. It's just like a plastic, isn't it? So you get a bit of hydrophobicity when you apply these, because sometimes they've got like mineral oils in them and stuff like that. So you put them down, you'll get a bit of hydrophobicity, but then a couple of days later, when all of that carrier is vaporized and you've just got a layer of whatever material it is, then it will look like the product's dead when it's actually there. So just consider that, and ask yourself what a protection product has to do, because hydrophobicity is just one attribute of protection. So have a think about that. That's still going quite well, the old Moonlight. I think that will get to 3 months. That will get to 6 months. That's done, isn't it? That was like that after 2 months. There's not enough going on there for me to declare that still working. You see both of those. That 3 months, it's on its way out, but I'm going to give that a stay of execution. I'm going to keep an eye on it now. It's on its way, but look, that will clear out the panel. You can see this one. So that's still got enough there to say it's not dead. The Adams liquid wax. That will start breaking through in a second. So again, a bit like the Maguires, there's still remnants there, but that's done. I'm going to declare that dead at 3 months. That's great. That one, that is good, that one. That's definitely not dead, and that's still clearing all the water off of this little section. So that's doing all right. That's gone. I'm declaring that dead as of 2 months, because that was the same last month. That's definitely still working. That's been a bit of a dark horse, that Freckler one. That's going great. This, I cannot declare these ones dead and not declare that one dead. Even though that bottom edge seems to have a bit more going on, but look at that, that has to be declared dead. So that's the Sealant hydrophobic wax after 3 months. The UHD ceramic, I think, this is an interesting one. I think I have to declare that dead now. I have to. I think Autoglim say if the water is still on there like a minute later, then you need to reapply or top it up with a wax or something. And look, you can see how slow it can't push it off. So even by Autoglim's criteria, I think that has to be declared dead within the context of what I'm doing with all the others, or else it's going to be unfair if I don't declare that dead. So we say 3 months on that. This Fifth Element, man, I'm surprised by this. I have to declare that dead as well. It can't get the water off the panel. It's just too slow. It can't push it off. That product is very old. Like I said before, I had that way back when I did the Angel Wax brand review, maybe 3, maybe even 4 years ago. And I know this product would do 6 months because I had it on loads of those little black test panels. But maybe whatever components in there just now, 3 or 4 years later, aren't quite as good as they were when they were new, which I think is an interesting subject. So I have to declare that gone as well. 3 months. Right, next one. That is still working. It's going to clear it. That's working. And that was never that hydrophobic, but that's still going pretty strong. There's a patch there, isn't there, of product? The rest of it, it's not clearing the water properly. You can see this one's clearing it. It's too slow. It's too slow. I have to say that's dead. Again, it's down to the remnants, so I'm going to say it's dead. It's interesting. Again, it's like this bottom section, it's repelling. And that big chunk in the middle, look, that's too slow. You have to say that's gone. It's not doing enough. It's too similar to the control. I'm saying that's dead after 3 months. That might be a little bit harsh. Let me know what you think in the comments. Might be a bit harsh. Okay. That can't get the water off. I'm putting 2 months there because it was pretty much like that last month. That's not fast enough. Just come back a little bit. Come back a bit there, isn't it? Over on that side. Something's still going on there, but look at that. Just like the Brightmax. I'm going to declare that dead. I've put 2. Maybe I should up that to 3 because there's signs of life, but that's better this month than it was last month because of the way it's been cleaned, which is interesting, isn't it? But what do you think? I don't think there's enough going on there with that Zvisa coat to suggest that that's still working. It depends how I define this. If I define it like it needs to be topped up and you're getting minimal protection and it can't clear the standing water, then I think that's definitely a fail. But the nano graphene, and that's a clear pass, isn't it? That's brilliant. A bit like the TAC, a bit like the Car Pro, that's still buzzing. And then Fuso, that's definitely still going. Although it's going, it's suffering in the middle, but that's cleared the standing water off of the panel. There's no way I could mark that as failed. See that? But starting to go, isn't it? Starting to go. Will it make 4 months? Will it make 5 months? Shall I just do the next update in 6 months' time? Not sure. So there you can see, guys, all of the ones we've lost about half the products after 3 months. I'm going to take a photo of this panel for the thumbnail. What are some of the considerations? There are some considerations. First of all, this panel was prepped with a pure abrasive polish, wiped off and degreased with an IPA panel wipe. So some of the products would want you to use their own degreasers before you apply them. So you could say that's a reason why you might not get some of the results that are stated there. What else? Some of the products that I've used to wash them aren't pH neutral and stuff like that, so that might deteriorate them a little bit more, but they've all had the same treatment. There is some masking going on because I see a little bit more hydrophobicity on some of the products this time around than I did previously, using a slightly stronger alkaline APC to clean them, so there's that element going on. And very importantly, there's the element of how I'm actually classing these as gone. I'm finding it difficult now. If in doubt, I'm sort of tending to say that it's gone, but really, if the product is still on the panel, should I be classing it as gone? But, oh geez, it's a difficult one. I think I've done it about right. Let me know what you think in the comments. So that is, the main thing is you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, so you can also kind of decide for yourself. The pattern we're seeing now is that the ceramic type products, or the products in glass bottles, or not even glass, Moonlight, Carpro Light and the Graphene product are definitely going strong, and will do 6 months, you know, beyond. Some of the others are going to struggle really. The other ones are just starting to go now at 3 months. So you see what I see. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon on the Forensics Detailing channel. Take care.